Welcome back to the green room, the greatest place in
That you could spend an hour to forget all of your woes and troubles.
yeah.
Because if you're anything like me, you got a lot of them.
Okay.
So hopefully we can entertain you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Luke, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. What do they have in common?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg, Nick Frost,
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, the epic trio. They have done a lot together. And
a lot. More than those films, if
and
you can believe it.
some people nickname this, I forget exactly what the name is, but some type of trilogy. Because that's what I said it to you. I got
You
the collection,
told
has
me-
the three of them together.
Is it just the Shaun of the Dead trilogy? Is that what we call it? Oh,
I don't know.
wait. It looks like
You research
Three Flavors Cornetto.
That's too British.
Well, yeah. I don't know what Cornetto is, but I looked up Shaun of the Dead trilogy, and it looks like that's what they call it. Did you watch any of your special features?
I did not because you had them.
Okay. Well, that's on you. I'm
Yep.
looking up the definition for Cornetto. It's a pastry. Okay, you Brits are weird. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Is Edgar Wright a Brit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll literally pull up his biography. Edgar Howard Wright, born 18 April 1974, is an English filmmaker. He is known for his fast-paced and kinetic satirical genre films. He's
Okay.
great. I love Edgar Wright. I'm kind of doing a deep dive. I'm very, very, very close to finishing it. So I'm kind of not even here nor there. I was watching some Sparks. He has like the Sparks Brothers, which is a documentary. It's about 2.5 hours long.
Mhm.
Now, I've never heard of the band Sparks in my life
Now you're number one fan?
prior to watching this. And I have about an hour left. And so apparently they're a band that's been around for about 40 years. And so they have like 25 albums. They've had a bunch of members here or there, but it's mainly two brothers. And this documentary is very fascinating. It's very different as opposed to other documentaries. It shows some footage, but it's more or less like they literally pull everyone they can to talk about this band. So there's like literally Jason Schwartzman's in it. Beck is in it. Mike Myers is in it. There's like a ton of other people. There's that girl from the Go-Go's. Go-Go Dolls. Not Goo Goo Dolls, but it's the Go-Go's, I think, is the band.
Okay.
Unclassed. But yeah, it's really fun. I really like the editing. It's a very particular style. And it's funny because he'll have, like, you could hear just Edgar Wright in the background asking the questions sometimes. Or sometimes he'll just laugh, and it's like, Edgar Wright. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Edgar Wright.
We know.
I know a lot of people didn't like Last Night in Soho, but it's a banger.
Yeah.
Literally, I don't think there's any movie that I don't like that I wouldn't watch again. I'm kind of going through it again. So, you know, with, like, Wes Anderson, I would, like, watch the films. I went in chronological orders, and I still rewatched everything that I'd already seen.
Yeah.
So I'll probably finish Sparks, though. So I'll probably then go back to Scott Pilgrim, because that's definitely worth another rewatch, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely going to hit Baby Driver again, because that's peak.
Yeah.
That's like Edgar Wright at his finest.
I think Scott Pilgrim is.
Better?
Yeah.
I think they're both peak in different ways. Scott
Fair.
Pilgrim's peak because Michael
I haven't-
Cera and
I have them both at 5 stars.
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah.
I
And
miss
then The
Jason
Running
Schwartzman.
Man, you're going to finish off.
That is true. That is one. I
Is that the one you've watched the most times? Haven't you seen it 3 times now?
think I've seen it 3 times. But I haven't known that Michael Cera's in it, so I get to rewatch it and be like, that's Michael Cera. I watched Youth in Revolt. Have you seen that one?
No.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
I really liked it. There's some, like, just crazy stuff, but
I read the plot. It was like, okay.
he has an alter ego, which is really funny because he has, like, a mustache. He pretends to be French, so he'll, like, smoke a cigarette and has, like, the pencil mustache. And he's just, yeah. It's classic Michael Cera, and it just warms that part in my heart that is dedicated to him.
Yeah.
Not in a weird way.
Kind of in a weird way.
A little bit. I don't know. I like watching movies by specific directors, and then I guess there's a couple actors that I'll just watch their films. And by a couple actors, I just mean one. It's literally just Michael Cera. I'm trying to think of other actors.
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah. Is he like a lead role in anything besides Rushmore? I'd imagine he is, right?
He should be.
I mean, everything that comes up is just Wes Anderson stuff. He's in Klaus. Maybe I'll rewatch that.
I think he's the lead in that. Would make sense. Game of Thrones?
Oh, really?
Wait, what?
I said The Hunger Games.
I thought he said Game of Thrones.
He's in Megalopolis. All right, I'm definitely rewatching that.
Do I have to watch that?
I think you should. It's actually pretty good. He's in Sing. He's in Sing.
He is insane.
He's in Sing. You know that elimination.
Yeah.
film? Does
Dude,
he sing
I
it?
have it. It's great.
He voices Ryan.
You know Ryan. You've seen it before, right?
Years ago, bro. I
Dude.
guess he doesn't sing. I don't know. I don't know enough. That's okay. Let's talk about Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Why don't you talk about him for a little bit?
Oh no. You're supposed to carry the potty now. So I never have much to say. You know,
I
because
feel like I
mean,
always have to carry it. I just want you to yap for a little while.
let's run F1 sometime.
Okay.
So that would do
And
it.
then you'll just yap.
Yeah. Edgar Wright.
Oh my god.
This is a really bad bit. Let me tell you. I'm not good at this at all. I didn't research nothing, so I'm just raw dogging today. That's usually what I always do. Because you're the one that loves worshiping, researching.
I don't
stuff.
love researching, but when I'm passionate about something, it's not really a chore.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how I used to do like the budgets and box office, and now I just like barely do that. We can check what Obsession's at.
It's still going up.
I love Obsession. I hope there's a director's cut someday because they have a lot of footage and stuff in the screenplay that they cut out.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool. I also want to get Jeff Barker. He's Curry Barker's father, to read a screenplay of my own writing. So we'll see. Probably won't be any update to that in a little while. Okay. Let's talk about each film individually, and then let's talk about the trilogy as a whole.
Yep.
How does that sound to you?
That sounds perfect.
Okay. I have seen Shaun of the Dead and The World's End twice, except I don't think that counts. I don't think one of those viewings counts, and I'll get into why. Shaun of the Dead, peak. So funny,
Mm-hmm.
so great in so many different ways. I mean, you have a stacked cast, even though they're British, pretty cool. We have Simon Pegg, who is just a lovable idiot. We have Nick Frost. He's great. We technically have Martin Freeman in this as well, Shaun of the Dead. He's in it for like 2 seconds, and I really like how they rope him into the World's End. But we'll get into that. Shaun of the Dead, what makes it so brilliant is it's a lot of ideas kind of condensed into one. And the thing that I've learned about Simon Pegg, I've watched a lot of content with him, so Asylum, Space specifically, it talks a lot about what he's passionate about. So he loves Star Wars, he loves Resident Evil, he loves horror games, that sort of genre and stuff. He loves science fiction. And so I think it's really cool seeing him write a movie where it combines a lot of elements of things that he loves. So like a science, like a zombie apocalypse kind of film. And then they kind of spoof off of it where it's like, don't call them zombies,
Yeah.
And it turned several times. I was watching it with my sisters, and I think of that one part where that one guy with the glasses, he just gets like ripped open. And they just have the zombies just pulling the stuff. That catches you off guard a little bit because up to that point it hasn't really been
Yeah.
super gory.
So I mean, it's a funny bit at first because like you see like his day to day, same thing, and then zombie apocalypse happens, and he's just living like
Yeah.
any other day, and it's like always like look at what's in the background, just dead body, blood everywhere, and you see him like almost slip and fall,
Yeah.
and he's just like, oh, there's something on the floor.
I love that he's just so oblivious
Yeah.
and ignorant. And that's like the whole plot, but it's like it protects him. Like he's on the bus, everybody around him is coughing. He like looks out the window, he just sees like people falling over. He's like, okay, so he gets off the bus. And then when him and Nick Frost or whatever, they're like looking like, yo, what is she doing in the backyard? And they go up and he's like, yo, she's so drunk right now, and she tries to like bite him. And he's like holding her off. And then Nick Frost is like, I'll be right back. He's like, help me. And then he just like takes the pick. Remember?
Yeah.
Just
And-
really funny bits.
And then she freaking falls onto something.
Oh, yeah. She falls into like that middle.
Yeah, and it's one of those things like we know what this is about, so we're like laughing. But I mean, in their eyes, they just killed a drunk woman.
Right. And then they start throwing the vinyls at her.
Dude, and they were like, he was just like trying to show, like, throw this one away. No, keep that one. That was limited edition.
I was mad when he's like, Dire Straits, throw it. I was like, nah, you can't do my buddy Mark Knopfler like that, bro. I didn't even see what album they threw it at. But yeah, it's really funny. I think another peak moment, I always think of that part when he trips over the curb twice.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first time, like, everything's normal, the people around him. You got that little kid, the little boy that kicks a soccer ball or whatever. And then the second time around, he trips over it again, and there's just, like, zombies all around him. And he's just like, what? Another funny bit, I love when I think he's looking through the door slot, and he's like, oh, it's all clear. No one's there. And then he, like, looks over, and it's just, like, a sea of people, and he's like, well, never mind. The road is blocked. That's really funny. I watched some of the behind the scenes, not a whole lot. But I know Edgar Wright was talking about how he had to edit the eyes for the zombies because stuff was being thrown at them, and then what happens when you have something thrown at your head is you blink. And so instead of like editing each time so that they didn't blink, he just like I think copied something over their eyes so it looks more zombie-ish. But it was pretty cool just watching how they did it because they had a lot of extras, right? Just people being zombies. That's really fun. I love the whole bit when he's like, okay, first we go pick up my girlfriend. Then we go stop by my mom. We kill zombie stepdad. And it's been a while since I've seen this, so forgive me because if you haven't seen this film, you have no idea what we're talking about. If you have seen this film, maybe some correlation comes to your memories, but I don't remember any of the characters' names. We'll kill the zombie stepdad. We'll do all this, and then we'll go home. And then he's like, well, what about
his girlfriend?
I'm just making a fool of myself. But they go through the plan like 2 different times,
Yeah.
and then he's like, all right, we do this, and then we have a cold pint at the pub. He's like, all right, that's the plan. Really fun. So it's like a mirror film because he has, if you remember, he has that one chick that he hasn't seen in forever that he like hugs or whatever. That's Daisy in space, so they're good friends, whatever. And it's like it's kind of a nice homage where it's like I who have seen space, I'd be like, oh, it's them, right? You know, fanboy out a little bit. Same with World's End. I think one of the bartenders is not Adam Bloom, but he's like one of the characters similar in Asylum and also Spaced. He plays Brian, I believe. I don't think it's Adam Bloom. But just little stuff like that. It just warms my heart. It's like, oh, that looks like Marsha from Spaced. I wonder if that's. Anyways, what was I saying? Anyways, you have the mirror, and it's kind of funny because I love that scene when he's with 6 people total, and they run into another team of 6 people, and it's like they're all mirror images of the same people. And there's this shot where they all walk by and they pass each other. So it's like it's Simon Pegg with Jessica Stevenson, and then it's the girl that he's trying to get back together with, and Martin Freeman's character.
Mhm.
And then you have like just mirror images. You have like the mom, and then you have the Nick Frost character.
And they're both like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So funny. This film is peak in so many ways. Excuse me, I just spat everywhere. Because there's a lot of just like I noticed too with Edgar Wright is he's very specific. So usually if there's something mentioned in the film, it usually comes back up again. Or in some ways, like for The World's End specifically, you have that scene near the very beginning where they're running through the golf course, and then you have that same golf course that comes up later again, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. I really like that about Edgar Wright. It feels like nothing's really wasted, you know, like everything that's a part of the story, everything that you need to know is there, and it's very intentionally done.
Yeah.
I think also my favorite part of this film is the ending when they call it Z-Day, but it's like everybody is fine, the world is still in structure, and you just have these TV shows about the zombies. You could talk anytime you want, you know. You can add a few things, insights, some wisdom.
I like the whole final bit with them all in the freaking bar, and they're just trying to drink and
They like
find a
all
shotgun.
die. Like pretty much everybody dies. Yeah.
It was a funny
The
bit.
pub, yeah, being
Yeah,
at the pub.
Pub. Such a stupid word. Just call it a bar. Like every freaking Brits.
No, call it a pub.
No.
Pubs are cool.
I am blanking. There was something I actually wanted to talk about. One
Yeah.
scene.
When did we watch this one together?
Yeah.
Shaun
Wait.
of the Dead? We watched Hot Fuzz together. But I'm trying to remember when I first watched Shaun of the
I
Dead.
think we watched Shaun of the Dead together.
I don't think so.
I'd have it marked. They're gonna be awkward and try figuring this out. Did we?
May 30th is when I have it. Yeah, but I don't think we watched it. You wrote your review.
Yeah, we didn't watch together.
No. Yeah, because I think I had seen you. I love your review, by the way. You want to read that for us?
Nick Frost says the N-word in this, and it's so out of place, but so funny.
He says it twice.
When's the
Oh,
other?
I forgot that whole roommate. That's a whole bit.
Oh yeah.
That was really funny when they're at the bar and it's like there's this moment of they're at the pub and it's like this moment of suspense, and Nick Frost is like, "Look who I found! I found the roommate," and he's just like, and he like tries to bite his neck. He's like, ah! That bit was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the whole thing when it's like they just put on music and he's like, "It's 4 a.m." Like the roommate comes down, he's like, "It's 4 a.m." and they're like on a Saturday, and he's like, "I have to go to work because everybody's sick, everybody's calling off." And it's like, I love that because it's like it's clearly in front of you, like everybody's getting sick, like hold on, what's happening? But it's like they just don't acknowledge it. They're just like playing their video games. Another really nice bit that I love is he comes back totally hammered after the breakup, and he like just is in the kitchen. He quickly sobers up for a moment. He writes out stuff on the whiteboard, and then he just like falls back. But then it's like you see what's written, and it's like I forget what it is. It's like give flowers to mom, get your life together, essentially.
I also like the whole bit with you never keep the door closed. And then they're watching the news about this whole zombie thing. He's like, make sure to lock your doors. And they look behind it. And they're just...
You literally see them not close the door. Yeah. Like I said, like the storytelling is just so nuanced and detailed. It's peak writing.
Yeah. Everything was made like put in there for such a good reason.
Yeah.
For a joke, basically. Everything is used as a laugh at some point.
This movie is so funny. Like it's also I feel like it's very similar to Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim in a sense, and maybe even The Running Man is like you just pop it on and it feels like 5 minutes goes by and it's just like, oh, film's over. But this one particularly, like it's only an hour and 24 minutes, I think. I could be wrong. Don't fact check me on that one.
I'm going to fact check you. 'Cause I still think it's over an hour and a half.
I don't think it's over an hour.
How much you want to bet? So you're not confident. 99 minutes. Hour 39 minutes.
How many of those minutes are credits?
Does it matter? Does it matter?
Uh,
I got a little trivia for you. What movie?
Let me pull up Shaun and the Dead on my piracy app, and I'll see how long the credits are at what moment.
What movie has the longest credits? You should know this.
We've talked about this before.
Then what is it?
It's not Lord of the Rings, but it's close. I don't know.
It is Lord of the Rings. 20 minutes.
An hour and 39 minutes. All right, I'll take the L on that one. I will take the L on that one. All right. Peak movie. As I was saying, I love the ending when they're watching the TV and it's like you have the zombies like on the game show and they're trying to get the meat that's in front of them. And then you have someone on that talk show host and she's like, I know he's a zombie, but I'm still married to him. And it's like, it's peak.
Oh, the bit with the stepdad. How he's like, yeah, I'm going to kill him because he's sick and all of this, but he just wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Pulls up in there, and he's actually sick, not really zombified. So he's like, dang it, I'm actually going to have to, like, take him with us now.
Yeah, that's funny. That bit with the child lock on the doors, too. Like, that's so important to the film, and they bring it up beforehand. I love the bit where he's like, what is his stepdad's name? I'm going to start crashing out.
I feel like I had a name to it, kind of like in a Crazy Stupid Love.
Lindhagen?
Yeah.
Philip.
Yeah.
Philip is his name, I think. Yeah, we have Kate Ashfield as Liz. Lucy Davis as Diane. Jessica Hines as Yvonne. What was I saying? We have Barbara, the mom. She's great. What was I saying? Oh, one of my favorite bits in this is when he's like, Philip touched me. And the mom just like sets it down. And he's like, I lied. That's not you. That always cracks me up. And of course we have Martin Freeman in this. Any other thoughts for Shaun of the Dead before we move on?
Great movie.
Great movie. I couldn't have said it.
I'm still on the high of World's End, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about that one because we've both seen it last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that should be fresh on our minds. All right, let's talk about Hot Fuzz. How does that sound to you?
Yeah. So Hot Fuzz is funny because you see Simon Pegg as like a dead serious cop because he's usually like comedic, goofy, whatever. But he's like stone cold, like doing everything how it should be, whatever. He's stuck being in a town that he doesn't really want to be, which is the plot of Klaus and a lot of other movies. So
Klaus.
falls in the whole trope of you're going to be stuck here for some bit time. And he's like, oh no, I'm going to lock in, and get everything done. And like all the cops there just don't really care what's going on. His first night, not even the day before his first day on the job, he's like at the bar and he drags in like every single teenager that was like drinking. And he brings in Nick Frost's character who was trying to drink and drive. And they're just like, oh, you can let him go. We'll see him tomorrow. And then he finds out that Nick Frost is a cop that likes to drink and party. So then them two basically get stuck together. It's funny. They do funny bits. There's the whole time of Nick Frost's character begging him to watch Point Break and Bad Boys 2. And they do.
Yep.
I still need to watch Bad Boys. I have the first one, but yeah.
That's what it is.
I haven't seen them. But Point Break, great movie. Love the reference. You ever just want to shoot the gun in the air a couple times? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. We watched this one together.
Yep.
We were doing some snuggy wuggies. I would have to say Hot Fuzz is probably my least favorite of the trilogy. It's it's kind of long. It's like 2 hours. Do you know what Hot Fuzz means?
Didn't you say this before?
No.
I think you did.
So I listened to the commentary with Tarantino and Edgar Wright, which was a lot of fun. Highly recommend.
I'll watch it at some point. Did it make the movie a lot better? Just because it was them yapping?
I didn't even watch the movie. I just
listened.
I like it was on YouTube. Like the comment, like it was just the audio file, and I just like 2 hours. Okay, I just popped on. It was like a podcast. It was hype. They're just going back and forth. Tarantino sounds like an American version of Edgar Wright. Like the voices are very similar.
Oh boy.
And when you think Tarantino, I always think angry, not happy to be there, not happy that people are making fun of his feet in his films. But he's just, him and Edgar Wright are friendsies, and so it's like this podcast on steroids, and they actually know what they're talking about because they make films. But we're cinephiles, so we're kind of in a different ball game. I think the reason we didn't appreciate this as much, because I was kind of, not to say like it's a horrible film, but I was very surprised that like a lot of people love this film. Like it's very highly rated, it's very highly esteemed. I think the reason is because it has a lot of old British actors, so a lot of like famous actors from over in the UK, so TV shows, movies, that sort of thing. I think that's probably what garners the recognition, is a lot of people watch and they're like, oh, this person's in it. Oh, this person's in it. You know what I mean?
That was probably the whole bit with near the finale of a bunch of people just coming out, like the whole shootout.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's this guy and this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine that's probably why it went over our heads. This film is fun. I like the anticipation that it builds up, specifically like the first murder with the Romeo and Juliet couple. Like that was well done.
Yeah.
I like
it was
that
like,
bit.
oh, where's this going?
Yeah.
See, every single movie is like, where's this going?
Yeah.
And it's always like, I love the twists.
I think
in
the
all of them.
payoff. The payoff for Hot Fuzz is really well done.
Yeah.
Like it turns into like a horror movie for like 5 minutes, and then it's like you think something happens. I mean, there's that bit where he pretends to stab his eye with a fork, and it's just a ketchup packet.
Mm-hmm.
That comes out of nowhere. That's like, bro, what? But yeah, there's a lot of foreshadowing in this one too, like with the kids near the beginning that are kind of loitering. You have the list of the names. Yeah, it's pretty well done. I felt like it just drags on.
Yeah.
Especially the shootout. Like the shootout, I was like, okay, it's cool for a little bit, and then it just kept going. And then also that whole twist at the end when they're all, oh, you think it's over? Oh, they're all chilling. They're talking and they're laughing and they're having a great time. And then that one guy, the security camera guy, just like comes back, and it's like, did we not deal with this before?
Yeah.
Like,
but also it's supposed to make fun of tropes in ways, and that's definitely
I can
what
see that.
action movies are. It's like, oh, it's a happy ending. Oh wait, there's Die Hard.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's in everything.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that one bit where there's that one guy that you can't understand, and he just like talks in his, I don't know, I guess West UK accent.
Yeah.
I don't technically know what.
And was it Nick Frost that had to translate it to
Nick
Simon?
Frost was translating it, and then you have that guy who has, I have a license for this one. How does he's like, I did that. He's like, I have a license for this one. And then they go in, and this guy just has like a whole armory as well as a sea mine.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Yeah. That bit's really funny. I've definitely seen memes of that before. Yeah, and then it just kind of builds up. I feel like, I don't know. I didn't really like the whole twist where it's like the town wants to be the very best, and so they murder everybody they don't like.
Yeah.
Like, it's a twist, but it just, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
It kind of reminds me. It feels like a I mean, it's definitely a different take with World's End. Because we'll get into World's End.
Yeah.
But they both have like the whole town is something, and with Hot Fuzz, it's like just people that are like, yeah, we don't like newcomers. Basically, we don't like new people. We just keep it the same whenever it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel. I don't know. It just didn't feel like the right thing to do. It was just, I don't know. I don't really know how to put words.
Yeah. That's tough because you have a podcast. Tarantino made a note on this. He said that basically our protagonist, when we meet him, he's basically already at the end. So you think film, you think characters, you think character development. How can he has a beautiful name in this too, Nicholas Angel. How is Nick Angel? How is he gonna get any better? Because he's already on top. He's already at his peak. He's literally doing everything for the police. What do they call him? It's not Scotland Yard, but it's like the. I don't know. What else did he say? He's like, we don't use the term force. We use the term. That was a whole bit in the film. Do you not remember?
I do not remember.
He's like, we don't use force because that's too aggressive. We say, I don't know, squad maybe. Yeah, and these guys really like their desserts. That's a whole bit. Then there's a bit where they're fighting all around miniatures, which is kind of cool, I guess.
It was funny the first minute, and then it's just like, okay, just end this by now.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. Sorry, Edgar. I wasn't a big fan of this one. But definitely has its moments. What else was I saying? Tarantino, yeah. But basically when Nicholas Angel is paired up with Nick Frost's character, it's almost like a downgrade. What? Wait. Who does he play in How to Train Your Dragon? That's what I want to know. Is he gonna play Hagrid? I'm talking about, of course, everybody's favorite, Nick Frost. Does he play? Yeah, he plays Gobber the Belch. Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
Wait, in the live action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, this is what my friend was telling me yesterday. This is a different topic, of course. He said for How to Train Your Dragon 2, the remake, they're going to change some stuff because the director didn't like certain things that he did with that movie.
He's going to burn it and never film it, hopefully?
Well, it looks like they're calling it How to Train Your Dragon 4.
No.
So...
They're not.
Well, that's just what the images look like. No, but that's animated, so that's never mind. What is this? What? No, that's definitely AI. I mean, I've never even seen Dragons: The Nine Realms. That's been on my list for a little while. But when is the... I'm curious about when the live action... Okay, 2027. Interesting. You know what? I want to know when my favorite directors are coming out with movies. Because I think Edgar Wright, it's that time again. The last films he did was 2021.
The Running Man.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
How could you forget?
How could I forget?
Yeah.
Glenn Powell. Ugh. Yeah, The Running Man, that was last year. My fault. I was thinking Last Night in Soho. Why does Last Night in Soho feel much more new to me?
Because you watch it after?
I know, but I don't think that's what it is.
Maybe because you saw Running Man, it's like, oh, this is great, and then you saw Last Night, and you're like mind blown again. Because I feel like Last Night in Soho has a lot more things in there that like make it more of a film than Running Man. Because Running Man, for the most part, is just mindless action fun.
It's not mindless
like you
action.
can kind of just sit there and
It's
just
Glenn
watch it
Powell,
and just enjoy it.
Michael Cera.
But it's still mindless
What else
action.
would you want?
It's fun. You can also say that with Baby Driver. Like,
What? That's mindless action.
Never mind.
This guy.
Editor, cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out. What are you talking about? Are you dissing on my bro right now?
No, I'm dissing on the Running Man a little bit.
Also, there's a picture. I'll pull it up for the audience.
Oh no.
This is literally my favorite picture of all time.
Is it just you in a tuxedo?
What? No, it's this picture.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I love it. All right.
You gotta full screen it.
All right. That's not very clear. But that's Edgar Wright and Quentin Tarantino, who are big friends. And that just warms my heart. That makes me feel wholesome. Hot Fuzz, decent movie, good ending when everything blows up. All right. Let's talk about The World's End.
World's End. So, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead is great and all. In every retrospect.
You like this one more.
I think I enjoyed this one more.
I figured.
Probably because of how the turns it takes in here that we'll get into then.
Yeah.
We're so like out of nowhere and like let's just get into it.
Okay.
So I mean,
can I talk about the first time I watched this?
Please go for it.
So I watched this right after Shaun of the Dead. So I was watching that over the weekend with my sisters, and I was like, I barely remember anything. I woke up, like I fell asleep for Shaun of the Dead. I think I was awake for not Shaun of the Dead, for The World's End. I think I was awake for the first like 40 minutes. And then I fell asleep at the most critical parts because I was watching it last night. And I was like, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. And I remember hating it because I saw Martin Freeman's character with like the half head or whatever. And I was like, that's such a sellout. What are we doing here? And it kind of like just ended. And I just remember like Nick Frost and Simon Pegg just telling the alien thing to F off. And I was like, bro, this film is so dumb. They're like, civilization was built on a bunch of mess ups.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are we doing here? So I didn't like it. And that's why I didn't write anything, because I was like, I need to watch it when I'm not biased. But I watched it last night, and I was very impressed. So let's get into it.
Yeah. So first off, I'm just throwing out spoilers, of course, because if you haven't seen these movies, you're a nerd. Like, come on, get to it.
These are old films. The last one came out 13 years ago. Old.
You calling me old?
Old. 2004 is when Shaun of the Dead came out. You weren't even born yet, buddy.
It was 1 year.
I don't want to hear it. You weren't even born. These are old films.
I was still in my dad's bowls for a year, so.
Oh my gosh. Do not. Oh my. Are you gonna cut that out?
No. Don't say nothing. That's gonna make me have to cut it.
I'm just disappointed.
Okay.
Why would you say that?
I ain't wrong.
That's not the point. Okay, we're getting off topic.
What's the point?
Continue.
So I just said something factual.
Let me guess how many women we have who listen to this podcast. I guess that's not true. We have Corinne. 0. Guess how many people we have listening to this podcast?
I think Obsession's still at 0 views. Last I looked.
That's at 2.
Okay.
Last I checked.
Are you one of them?
No.
Okay.
I listened to a little bit of the Spotify. We're getting off topic again. These are old films. Are any of them Criterion?
No.
They should be. Shaun of the Dead should be Criterion.
I disagree.
Why?
Because
they make anything flippin' Criterion. Why would they not make this Criterion?
Speaking of Criterion, I want to talk about this for a second. Before, what was that? But you know the summer sale is going on.
Yeah.
And like.
Oh, I just saw Wes Anderson. He's doing like this big. Is that what you're gonna say?
No.
They're having this big, I think, Criterion sale in Los Angeles. I think it's like the biggest one ever.
Okay.
What they've ever done.
You want to go there?
No.
Okay.
L.A.? You kidding me?
What if he's there?
Shoot. He has like short hair in the picture that I saw. So continue what you're saying. Let me try to pull that up.
The sale is coming either end of this month or in the entirety of July.
Oh, it's coming up?
So, me and you gotta make a trip there, book it, so we can get the Wes Anderson box set. If it's at Barnes & Noble. If not, Amazon's always there.
Not gonna be at Barnes and Nobles. Listen, if
I know it's at Barnes & Noble.
if you want to buy that, you go ahead. But what am I gonna do with? I guess there are a lot of interviews and stuff. But
Killers of the Flower Moon, I'm also getting, so then we can do an episode on this
never
movie.
seen it.
Exactly. We're gonna watch it together, 3.5 hours. Beautiful.
Is one battle after another Criterion?
No, I hope
It
it never
should be.
is.
Is Barbarian Criterion?
You're asking some really stupid
I'm really
questions.
mad. I don't know. Let me look up Criterion Collection. We should make a list of all the things that should not be Criterion.
That's a good idea, honestly. Make a whole episode of it.
I don't know. Is freaking the Big Lebowski Criterion?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What? I still don't understand what constitutes as a Criterion. AK 100, 25 films by Akira Kurosawa. You should buy that. That's good. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I don't know. I'm just... Oh, I guess these are all the... Oh, that's kind of cool. How many Criterions are there? Is My Dinner with Andre Criterion?
Yes.
Mirror, that's Criterion.
Yep.
Mother. Oh,
Stalker and Solaris are both Criterions.
The Mother and the Whore. Mothra vs. Godzilla.
Yep. There's a whole book with like all the Godzilla movies.
Moonrise Kingdom?
Yep.
I didn't know
It's
that was...
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that was... Monty Python's Life of Brian. Are you serious? Like I said, they'll just make anything Criterion. This is actually really fun. I'm looking through like alphabetical... So it has a lot of stuff from, obviously, other countries. Murmur of the Heart. My Darling Clementine. I feel like I've heard of that one. Yep, My Dinner with Andre. I see that. Mystery Train. Do any of these films ring any bell? to
My
you?
Dinner with Andre does.
Nashville?
The Forgotten Episode.
The archived episode that's never going to see the day of light.
Yep.
We did an episode on My Dinner with Andre, but it got lost, RIP, so you will never see that. We might do, if we run out of ideas, we could probably just do another episode about it. But Once Upon a Time in China. There's 5 of those, and they're all Criterion.
I know Police Story with Jackie Chan, 1 and 2 are Criterion.
Okay. I'm actually kind of liking these. I don't know if okay. I'm kind of vibing. I've been thinking about getting into French cinema. So I'm kind of going on a French spiel. When I watched Youth in Revolt, there's like a bit where Michael Cera's like at a DVD store and he like holds up a film and it's like, this is one of my favorite films, and it's a French film that I've never heard of. And I was like, okay, well maybe I'll watch that, because apparently the French are pretty good at cinema.
Yeah.
Like it's notable, at least, right? Like a lot of people talk. I know Wes Anderson has a couple favorite films that are French. What was I just saying? Oh yeah. So that's kind of neither here nor there. We should talk about The World's End.
Okay.
We should do The World's End, actually.
I want to.
One night, 5 guys, 12 pubs.
But the issue is none of them are like close to each other, so we're gonna have to drive.
Yeah. It's okay. I could get like my sister or something.
So it'd be 5 guys.
Do we even have like 12 pubs? Well, yeah, we do. It'd be kind of a hassle to drive to each of them. The beautiful thing about Newton Haven is that they're all just within walking distance. Let's talk about this film. So this is your favorite out of all of them. Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't really know why. There's a lot of movies I watch that I'm like, this resonates so much with me,
Sure.
but I don't really know why. F1.
Yeah.
It just like a racing movie.
Well, that's
with
a
Brad
good
Pitt in
movie.
it.
Yeah, that's just a
Great
good movie.
soundtrack, and it's like
Harry's
it's
seen it 4 times in theater.
yeah, it's still I'm like
I gotta beat that record with Obsession.
yeah,
I almost went last night with a friend. I like texted him. I was like, because we were hanging out. I was like, "Do you want to go see Obsession?" He's like, "Not tonight." And I was like, "Okay,
gotta be prepared for that. Yeah.
it's okay. I'll just go by myself
Yeah.
some other time."
But even My Neighbor Totoro, Studio Ghibli movie,
Yeah,
that resonates so much with me.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to see it in the theater this year.
Hype.
I'm very excited.
Hype.
Yeah, but World's End kind of just falls in that category, I'd say, of just a movie that I just loved, but I can't really explain it for the most part. There's still there are bits in this that I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't really know about it, but like I don't know the opening. I was sitting full posture, like up like this. I'm like, what?
The opening is golden.
I'm like, what is this gonna be? Because he's just
Harry King
narration.
is telling the story of
Mhm.
his buddies. You get introduced to the characters. You see
Yep.
some important landmarks.
They
You get told the full story.
Yep, he talks about they hit the first 9, forgot about the whole thing, and then just like wandered around. So he's like, he's like, I want to do it again, and then you see him go into every person being like, "Yay, guess what we're doing?
Yeah.
We're getting the boys back together." And like,
My
yo,
mom's just died, and I want to do the world's end.
yeah. And Nick Frost's character, they keep mentioning him, be like, is he
Andy.
gonna, is he gonna be fine? And he's like, yeah, he's already going, and of course he's the last one to ask, which is funny. And then it just cuts to the 4 of them all sitting at the bus stop, basically waiting for him. He pulls up an hour late, to get them all in the OG car that they had when
Beast.
the Beast.
I love Martin Freeman in this. He's just such a fun actor, and I think his role is really good too. Just like him, like, can you please not talk about my sister while I'm here in that way? I'm like, that's so real, bro. Yeah, I didn't like it the first time I watched it, and then I watched it last night, and all the stuff that I thought I had issues with, like I thought, I kind of thought, they should have just kept like the whole 12 pubs as the main plot. They didn't need to add in this.
Yeah, that would have still been a fun movie.
Yeah.
Just watching them slowly get more wasted as they. Can you even do that?
12 pints?
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably could.
How do you feel?
Well, it's not like they're just sitting down and just blah blah blah. They're like walking, which would help.
Yeah.
They're going out.
I'm just saying,
They're
if
eating
we
food.
were to do it,
If we were to do it,
unless we just walk in circles in the parking lot.
how many ounces of beer are in 12 pints? So let me think about this. Okay, since 1 pint is equal to 16 fluid ounces. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking of those middle, they're not tall boys, but they're like the 16 ounce, basically like 12 Monster cans. Which sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
It depends.
That's like certain death right
I
there.
like to drink Yingling, but Yingling I wouldn't be able to do because it makes you feel bloated. So I'd probably only get down like 6 or 7 and then just like whatever. But I've been drinking a lot of Miller Lite now, which is a basic white girl beer, I think, but it's pretty good. I don't know. I guess we'll have to try it sometime.
Guess so. Maybe
We should watch The World's End and just sit there and like every time he downs a pint, it's like, all right, crack it open. Chug, chug, chug.
I'm good.
I'd probably
That's
have
all
to.
you.
I think I would probably want to do like 12 different types of beer. I think that'd be fun.
I think it'd be fun to watch that movie and do the shots. Whenever they
12 shots. You're gonna do 12 shots, buddy.
not of like shot
Tuckle,
material,
you're
of
gonna
like
do
beers or whatever.
12 shots.
But it's still like beer, so it isn't like.
12 shots of beer.
Dude, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a alcoholic virgin. I do not know.
That's a good thing.
I don't know the ball
Yeah. No, that's
yet.
fine. I'm just making fun of you.
My birthday's coming up though.
12 shots would be crazy.
Worse than 12 pints?
Let me put it like this. About 12 ounces, about 5 ounces of wine, 12 ounces of beer, and 1.5 ounces of 80 proof or 1 ounce of 100 proof all have the same amount of alcohol in them.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. So 12 shots, depending on what you're doing. Yeah.
It's too much. You can't even math it. It's
you
that
would
much.
probably black out, brother. No, well, not only that, but you're probably a lightweight too. How's your metabolism?
I don't know.
Well, like
Anyway,
you're
I ain't
skinny.
saying this on air.
How much do you weigh?
Dude, I'm not saying this.
I weigh like 180. No, like 170.
I'm like 170.
Okay, okay. And you're a little taller than I am. Okay. Interesting. I don't think you should drink, but if you do, I can take you out. We can go to one of my favorite local places.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you after that. So obviously the premise of this film is beautiful. This guy wants to go relive his glory days. His name is Gary King. He is the king. He's on top of the world. He's never accomplished anything in his life, but he just wants to feel good about everything. The beginning of this film is like him at an AA meeting, and he's like talking about just going out
The
with
good
the
old
boys.
days.
And what does the guy ask him? I forget at the very end. He's like,
Oh, he said, "Do you regret it? Not finishing it."
he's like, what does he say? I forget, but it's like it's a good transition in the film. So yeah, something's happening. We're building up his relationship with these characters, so he goes to each of them. One of his friend's dad, I think it's Oliver, the car dealer.
Yeah.
His dad is like, why is he here? So obviously there's some animosity between Gary and the parents. There's a whole thing between Nick Frost and Simon Pegg's character, Andy and Gary. But you don't find out until very near the end of the film. Or I guess it's made right near the end of the film. But you find out what happens probably like an hour in.
Yeah.
And I think that that's done very well because it's like alluded to, but it's never explicitly said until it's very important. And then you realize the significance each of these characters have. So there's Pete. Which one's Pete? He's just like the normal guy, right? What was Martin Freeman's
I don't
character?
think any of them are normal.
Well,
Please fact check this because I'm blanking. I'm not good with names when it comes to.
Well,
movies.
yeah, I have it that I watched it technically my second time. So yeah, there's Steven, there's Oliver. Martin Freeman's character is Oliver. I'm trying to remember the name, and then they got Peter. Peter, I think, was my favorite because they're in a pub, and he's like, look up at what I wrote on the thing like years ago, and instead of saying Gary King, it just says Gay King, and he's laughing about it like 20 minutes later. He's like walking in the woods. He's like, Gay King. It's really funny. And that's what I think is really well portrayed is like you have these guys and they kind of all hate Gary because Gary's kind of a loser. He hasn't really accomplished anything with his life. He's manipulated each of them because he says that his mom has died. His mom is not dead. He hasn't talked to her in 8 months, but he said that she died from cancer, kind of guilting everybody to come on this trip. Nick Frost as Andy, he says, like, you just wanted us to witness you make a fool of yourself. Like, there's no reason for us to be here. You just wanted to say that you could do it. So Gary is kind of destructive. He's very arrogant as well, his character. Think of, like, the high school douchebag, and that's basically Gary King, right? And I think that that's done so well.
The bathroom bit of him just following the girl into the bathroom, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I thought you gave the call."
The
It's like-
signal, and
It's like, bro.
it's been 20 years. I'm not gonna. I love to this character. I mean, all of Simon Pegg's characters that he plays are different in this trilogy, but I feel like this one is the most distinct because up to then we've kind of had a protagonist that we can root for.
Yeah.
right? Like Shaun is like, come on, go get the girl, save your mom, do all this stuff. In Hot Fuzz, he's kind of already there, where he's already elite, but we're still kind of rooting for him because we want him to be happy. We want him to figure out these murders. We want him to solve it, to figure out why nobody seems to care as much as they should. Whereas in The World's End, you're not really rooting for him. The beginning part of the film is from his perspective, and so you're not really biased against him. But then as he introduces these characters and we see their reactions to him, then we're kind of like, okay, this guy's kind of a scumbag.
Yeah. And I mean, you can say the same with, not the same, but you can say it with Nick Frost too, because the first 2 movies, he was a bumbling drunk idiot.
Yeah.
But in this one, he's all sober up and he's like,
He's very refined.
yeah, he's like, I'll have a glass of water, and it's a whole thing of 4
That part
beers,
he doesn't want to drink.
4 pints, and a water, and then at one point, he says, "Frick this," and does all the shots.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you got to be careful. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Liquor after, wait, how is it? Beer after liquor, never sicker.
don't look at, I don't know the
Beer
rules.
after liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. I've done that twice, where I've had
Beer after.
liquor after beer.
Is it
Whole
actually?
days are gone. It's I
Really?
can't even. I'll tell you off camera. It's like I can't even describe it. It's like one of the worst feelings I've ever felt. And it lasted the whole day both times.
Great.
So now I don't do that because we learned our lesson. He does the shots. Yeah. One of my favorite jokes is with him and Oliver, and he's like, "You need an appointment with Dr. Ink." He's like, "Drink. I get it. I get it." I was like, that's pretty funny. One thing I didn't like about this is it feels like they thought that it feels like the Netflix thing, like they have to spell out the plot a couple of times.
Yeah.
Particularly with Oliver, Martin Freeman's characters, the moment I knew that he turned was I was pretty confident when he came out of the bathroom, but obviously the big one is when they're at the pub and Gary's like, "Get us some drinks, old man," and he doesn't say, "Don't call me old man." He's just like, "All right, 5 beers coming right up." I felt like that was the moment that I was like, okay. That's obviously the turning point. And then it just kept going. Like, he kept acting strange and they didn't notice. Which maybe that's realistic because at this point they're like 7 beers in. So I get that.
Let's talk about the reveal, though. Because freaking Andy's in the... Andy, right? Wait, no. Gary King, yeah. The
He's taking
king.
a leak.
He's taking a leak and yapping with some kid also that's taking a leak, which off the bat was weird. You don't try making eye contact when they're taking a leak, or just talking, unless you actually know the person and having a full-on conversation. Like, just
even still,
sometimes.
it's
Like,
weird.
I mean, there's that one time we went in the sheets
Yeah.
bathroom together, and we were both taking leaks, but we're still talking. Like, it's just
I think it kind of
because it's like a bro thing, but like you don't walk up to a stranger. Make eye contact, fart, and then say, "Whenever it rains, it thunders." Like, you don't do that, okay? So
that's funny.
he's yapping with this kid, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, he's like, "Yo, why don't you say anything, whatever?" And
He's
then,
like, "Are you doing the Golden Mile too?" He's like, "You think you're so cool. You think you're hot stuff, don't you?" "Well, you're not." The kid's like, "You don't want to do this. Don't do this." And then they start fighting. Back and forth. I love the tackle and just decapitation on the urinal.
Yeah.
Hard freaking core.
Dude, seeing a head just fall off and there's blue stuff everywhere, it's like, what?
Yeah.
And then
the friends all break in.
And then the other robot group, whatever.
Robots.
They're blanks. I'm sorry.
I love the scene too where it's like they all run in. And Gary's like just on the floor, and it's like, that guy's head just came off. They're like, "Stop trying to change the conversation. Your mom just called us.
Yeah.
What's going on?" He's like, "This thing is still alive." And they're like, "Stop it, Gary." And then the other guys, they all come in, so they all have this big brawl. We have Peter who hides out in the stall for most of it. They're all out of breath. Yeah, really fun, really good action sequencing. I think it's really done well, and I think that's just Edgar Wright's like call to action. Like he just loves directing action scenes. I think, and he's very well at it. So this was well choreographed. The fights are interesting enough too that like they keep going, but it's still interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit where like the person has 2 feet on their arms or whatever, and they're like just swinging. Kind of cool. Sam shows up, Oliver's sister, and Steven has had a crush on her for a while, but she kind of hooks up with Gary for the most part until he finally confesses his feelings, and then that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So there is these blanks. Why don't you talk about that? What are they? Where do they come from?
So, first off, they can never land on a name because they're just rambling about the stupidest
that
things.
was so funny. That was a good
So they just started calling them blanks because robot means slaves, as we hear that 5 different
Multiple
times at
yeah.
least. But they are like, they basically get like humans and shell them out, and then put that in them to make them be normal, happy, best ability, whatever, no issues, whatever. And it's run by the network. It's a whole thing.
Did you like that? Did you think that was kind of like straight out of the blue, or were you like, I kind of see what they're doing, and I'm kind of glad how they did it?
I see what they were doing. I liked it for the most part.
Yeah.
There's still, I don't know, there's just bits of it was like, yeah, I don't know about that. But I mean, it all evened out with freaking Gary King and his buddy just flipping off the network and just being like, go home.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. And this and that. That whole conversation. And like the computer just being like, he drops an F-bomb too because he was like, man, you guys just keep on swearing, whatever. Yeah. And then right before.
I think it is really good at how it builds up. I love that bit where you have the old man Basil and he drinks with a straw because how they get you is like saliva or whatever. And then you have the marmalade sandwich, the two blondes and the redhead in the middle. And then one of them eats Nick Frost's wedding ring. And that's the whole thing. He punches her tummy. That's what he says. He's like, do I have to punch any more of these things, tummies, to get my ring back? I think my favorite part of this film is Andy and Gary's history. God bless you. There's a moment in the film where it's revealed that Gary was pretending to be overdosing, and so Andy like drove him to the hospital speeding like 4 times the speed limit, and then he rolls the car.
Yeah.
Andy is not okay. He has to get like 12 hours of surgery or whatever, and then it's revealed that Gary was like, "Oh, I was just messing with you," or "Oh, I was just doing this," and he left him, and so he was just in that car for a long time. And that moment, like, that's what really brought it together because you really understand these characters, why they're doing something. Gary like breaks down. He's like, you have a wife, you have 2 kids, you have a good job. I'm doing this because this is all I have. And he just like starts crying, and it's like something about Simon Pegg like just tearing up. It hits me too. He does it in Shaun of the Dead, and it's just like, he's a Simon Pegg. You're a great actor. More collaborations with Edgar Wright? ? In the near future. Yeah, that whole thing, and then Gary runs off. They have like the car, so they're very close to escaping. They could escape, but Gary runs off because he wants to finish the Golden Mile because it's all he has. And Oliver, one of the most moving parts of the film, at least for me, Oliver's like, just leave him. He left you. And then he's like, I can't. And he just runs after Gary. And it's just like, these are good people. These are good, well-written characters.
Yeah.
And just peak. I love also, there's just some moments in the film where they'll be like talking while they're drinking their beer. And they just burp. And it's like pretty realistic. I love that scene too when they all, oh, yes, I forgot. But there's a Doors song in this. Alabama song, Whiskey Bar. That song is so good. And I love the whole montage when they're walking through, and then they're just like, 5 beers, please. And they all just like, there's that long shot of them just like chugging, and they all say something. He's like, I forget it's well done. They each say one line, one little thing, and then they turn around and they like stumble out. It's just peak.
Yeah.
What do you think of the ending?
I thought it was a little over the top, I'd say, because the network leaves whatever, but takes all technology, so everyone's stuck to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know about that.
It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it just felt a little stupid.
Yeah.
For the most part, but I mean, I liked how Annie was like telling the story to like all the kids, like this and that, like all the happy endings is like, oh, where's Gary? And it just cuts to him with Robot Pals doing the same thing
The
again.
blanks in a different world where he's just like, give me 5 waters. He's like, I'll get you a water. I won't serve your blank friends. And they just start punching it out. Yeah, I was literally thinking about that. I was like, if you're in a city and all technology stopped, you might be cooked. But other than that, like, I have like at least 5 people in my mind that if all technology literally shut down, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to them because they're going to know what to do and we're going to be fine.
Yeah. And I mean, if everyone knows 5 people.
Well, that's the thing. If you live in a city, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Like, technology, like, everything powers down and you're in a city. Like, I don't care. The riots, the infighting, it's going to be hectic. So,
yeah.
You're done.
The basketball game proved that. You saw the footage? The Knicks won.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's freaking out in New York.
I heard about that, and yeah.
Yeah.
Barbarous society.
At least it wasn't Detroit.
Well, I feel like, I don't know. I know Philly's not much better when Eagles win or lose. Like, something's burning down tonight. It just doesn't matter. Yeah. Edgar Wright, this is a brilliant trilogy. I would love for you to watch Dead Right at some point because that's really fun. But
okay.
Yeah.
Some people say that this is a good trilogy. Like, people be talking about like the best trilogies. So Dark Knight, Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, all of them. Not Hobbit. And I feel like I've heard people put this trilogy up there, being like, I know it's not like an actual trilogy, but it's still kind of classified in its own thing. As just the same cast, different scenario. Do you think it's a good trilogy overall?
Yeah,
because we both think Hot Fuzz is the dud.
I originally thought that this was a trilogy of continuing Shaun of the Dead, and I thought all of them were continuing that story, and I was so excited. But there's no correlation. Yeah, no, I think it's a good trilogy. I think the only way we would have to change our definition of it as a trilogy is if they made another one. But other than that, like, yeah, I think it's pretty cohesive. Like, they're just 3 films. Sure, it's not a linear storyline, but it's like same people.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against calling it a trilogy. I think they advertise it as that too. The Cornetto flavors or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I bought it with all 3
right,
together.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that was on Amazon. That's labeled under something specific.
Yeah.
Why? What about you?
I think it is. Yeah. Before we wrap it up, do you want to talk about Project X, the movie we watched?
What about
together? Just about it. Wow, you got nothing.
Do you have something you want to say about it?
All I just want to say is you should watch the documentary about what actually happened.
I might, because that seems interesting. I was telling my friend at work yesterday, I was like, I watched this movie the other day, and obviously I didn't want to say what it was because there's just so much that could...
Yeah.
But I was like, they stuck a midget in an oven, and then he got out and he just started punching everybody in the nuts.
That's a perfect way to summarize. No, I feel like there should be some meme of it somewhere, but like if you just skip every 20 minutes, the amount of escalation that happens.
Yeah.
Like you'll be watching and be like, huh, that's funny. There's a midget, and skip another 20 minutes. It's like, oh, they're on their roof flipping off a helicopter. Skip another 20 minutes, fire everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
The guy with the flame.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. Will I ever watch it again? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I like when they put the dog with the balloons. That's like that's peak. That's one of my favorite bits. Also, when the midget drives the car
Yeah.
into the pool. Pretty funny. Yeah, it had good bits. But, yeah, I'd be very interested in, like, I love how they made it, like, they want you to think that it's a real story. Because, like, they have the credits at the end or whatever where it's like, Dax continues to live alone. We don't know where his parents are.
Yeah.
Or JB, it's like, his parents called him mentally challenged to get him off the court case.
And he has to ride a short bus the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
man.
peak. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would spend a freebie at, a video game store. It's just me.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Good stuff.
Edgar Wright, I look forward to your next film with great interest. Okay, that's a wrap.
See you next week.